This weekend's mini all-comers race is a rather special occasion because it celebrates the 50th anniversary of Swift Tune Engineering. Now, Glyn, I guess you're the man responsible for that. Tell us a bit about Swift Tune.
Well, it started really in the late 50s when I was racing motorcycles. I come from a motorcycle family, my father and my brother. I did have several crashes and decided that motor racing cars was going to be the way to go. So we'd pull the car to pieces and start working on it and make it quicker, which we did. Started winning, and then people were saying, well, who does your engine? Who does your... I do it myself. Oh, could you do one for me? Well, yeah, okay. And basically that was it. That's how the company sort of started, just as a one-man band.
Yeah, 50 years of Swift Tune, and here we are, and you've got two other members of your family joining you this weekend. We've got Nick, who is your son, Glyn, and it's a rather special occasion this weekend because there's a bit of a surprise to Nick. You're all racing along with your daughter as well, aren't you?
Absolutely. We thought it was quite a fitting tribute to the 50 years, and Dad's been talking about having a race where 3 generations of Swift should be in it. So we convinced poor old Hannah, she didn't, literally 3 weeks ago, how do you fancy doing this? And she actually jumped at the chance, which is really, really quite special. And within 3 weeks, ARDS, licence, couple of tests, and she come out and we've got a nice little 1071 Mini, so quite a nice little car to drive, easy to handle, and she's done incredibly well so far. So testing has been very good.
So it's basically been that you had to all of a sudden go and get your odds and then go testing. How was that first experience of testing the car and being out on circuit?
It was different. I did panic a little bit because it was really busy the first time we tested, and then I just went out again. Dad showed me the lines and I had a good teacher, I think, with him.
Well, it's a fantastic achievement for all of you as a family to have this 50th anniversary, and I hope that you really thoroughly enjoy your racing. Congratulations, and I hope it goes really well.
Thank you. Thanks, Charlie.
Welcome down to the grid for the mini all-comers race, which is celebrating the 50th anniversary of Swift Tune Engineering. Make sure you keep an eye out because there's actually 3 generations of the Swift family racing in this race today to mark that celebration. But starting in pole position, well, it's an all-comers race, and this is a mini, but not as we know them. It's going to be a fantastic race. Let's go racing.
Thanks very much, Charlie. This then is how they line up, with Harvey Deeth and Bill Richards on the front row of the grid. Pat Ford not there in third, so it's Lee Jones all alone on the second row, just clear of Nick Swift and David Franks. As we get ready for the start, 50 minutes of racing gets underway now. It's a super start from Bill Richards. He and Lee Jones both get the jump on Harvey Deeth as they run towards Paddock Hill for the first time, with then Nick Swift there in 4th position. It's Peter Hills who's next along in 5th, and Hills goes around. Fortunately, doesn't roll back into the path of the oncoming traffic. He should recover from there. Peter Hills in all manner of trouble early on as Richards tries to break clear of Lee Jones in the opening stages, because really that is the best opportunity for Richards, given just what a special car Harvey Deeth is. The rest of the pack all beginning to get up to pace already. Deeth swarming in pursuit of Lee Jones as they run through Surtees on towards Clearways and through to complete lap. Now these are going to be very, very rapidly reeled off laps here, because this leading group of cars, incredibly modified machinery, as into the gravel trap goes Howard Affleck. It's a great shame for Howard. Unfortunately, he looks to be well and truly beached. Clark, the course, has the same opinion, and therefore the safety car comes out whilst Affleck is recovered. Harvey Deeth, prior to the safety car having moved through to the front of the pack, has now got the advantage of being able to pace his restart, which he does now, and away we go. While Nick Swift has already got Niven Burge and Dave Drew lining up behind him as the field surged down the Rambla Straight in towards Paddock Hill Bend, and Nick Swift, as ever, can be relied upon putting a good show. Looks to swoop downhill in pursuit of Lee Jones. Already though, Harvey Deeth and Bill Richards beginning to build a little bit of a buffer at the front of the field. There is the 65 car of Glyn Swift. most senior of the Swifts in the race. Son Nick is doing his very best to withstand the efforts of the Mini Milliers of Niven Burge and Dave Drew, who run in tandem behind him. Trio of cars flicking through Surtees. There is the white car of Dave Drew as they run around clearways on to the Bradford Straight, and Niven Burge looks to try and line up a move in the slipstream behind Nick Swift as they head towards Paddock Hill Bend. They will get on the brakes and then flick downhill. There's race leader Harvey Deeth, well clear of Bill Richards, then the gap to Lee Jones. Jones now breaking away from Nick Swift, who is busy having to drive as wide a car as possible from Niven Burge and Dave Drew, as Burge looks to try and draw alongside Swift en route towards Graham Hill Bend. Nick Swift not having any of it, just parks the car to the inside of the road. In fact, Niven Burge committing to that move, leaves himself vulnerable to a challenge from Dave Drew, who draws alongside and eases past into Surtees. Great stuff that from Dave. Now it's his turn to try and apply the pressure to the balanced on three-wheeled car of Nick Swift. Laps being reeled off very rapidly. There is Hannah Swift, who is about to be caught by Bill Richards and Harvey Deeth. Now, is that a change to the leader? I suspect it might be. So Bill Richards has found a way past Harvey Deeth, or has he? There's problems there for Richards, who is smoking and in fact pulls into the pit lane. So Bill Richards, having been right at the sharp end of the field, encountering a mechanical issue, he pulls out of the race. Nick Swift somehow continues to prevail in what's now the fight for third. Here is our race leader Harvey Deeth. Here is the fight for third as Niven Burge once more attempts to pull alongside Dave Drew. Along Bradford Straight we go. Another lap reeled off on this. Just a 15-minute race in the Many Comers. They don't really have an awful lot of time to sort themselves out. Probably time for just 16 or so laps. Particularly with the brief intervention of the safety car. Up Hayward Hill, round Druids onto three wheels. All of them go. Here, meanwhile, is our race leader Harvey Deeth. He accelerates along the Bradham Straight, not surprisingly getting in and amongst a little bit of the traffic on his way. Nick Swift will be desperately hoping that he doesn't encounter any traffic over the next few laps or so. He needs to conserve all his energies to keeping Dave Drew behind him. But this is mini racing, it's very, very best. Very clean stuff. They're giving each other just enough space, not any more than that, but just enough as they run along the straight, turn downhill into Paddock Hill Bend, and then climb up towards Druids. Burge looks to the outside of Dave Drew. Drew, in defending, just gives Nick Swift a little bit of breathing space. They have, in fact, got some traffic. It's Hannah Swift who they catch, and she does exactly what she's been told to in the driver's briefing, sticks to the racing line and makes the quicker cars do the hard work in terms of working their way around them. Now turning through clearways on to the Bradham Straight once more, and this time they all fan out almost three wide, not quite. Still somehow Nick Swift, who just keeps his nose in front as we head into another lap. But this is now very late in the race. Here is our second place car of Lee Jones, and here is our race leader and about to be race winner in the Mini All-Comers race featuring the Swift Tune 50th anniversary, because Harvey Deeth has, despite that poor start, controlled things immaculately thereafter, and it is Deeth who accelerates along the Bradham Straight now, and he is going to take victory in the All-Comers race. The checker flag goes out. Lee Jones will take second place, but what about this fight for third? It's going to go all the way to the line. Nick Swift has driven formidably to withstand the pressure of the Mini Milliers. There is Jones, cross line in second place. Here comes the fight for third now, as they come out of Clark Curve, sprinting along towards the checker flag, and it is Nick Swift who takes an excellent third place from Dave Drew and Niven Burge. Drivers acknowledging the marshals after a very entertaining all-comers race. Let's take a look then at the final classification. Victory for Harvey Deeth, second place to Lee Jones, third was Nick Swift from Dave Drew and Niven Burge. Glyn Swift an excellent 7th place, and Duncan Emmett completes the top 10.
Well, Nick, what a fitting celebration for the 50th anniversary of Swift Tune. A third place podium for you, and all the other members of the Swift family finished that race too.
Absolutely, that was fantastic. I mean, it's such a thrill to have the 3 generations on the grid, and actually to come on the podium. I didn't ever think we'd get there. Obviously, we've got a steel-bodied car against a space frame, very lightweight, very powerful cars, but it was a nice little race. I enjoyed it. It was very good.
Well, Lee, congratulations. A second place finish there for you.
Yeah, we worked quite hard for that. My friends and family have been helping with the car. We built it 12 months ago and we rebuilt it from scratch, so it's a lot of work gone into it.
Well, Harvey, congratulations. Fantastic win there. It was a shame to lose Bill out of that battle, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but it's got a real battle was ensuing, and you could see that was going to go right to the wire, and it's great fun. It would have been marvellous, but commiserations to Bill. It's great to see him out here, and it's a good race developing.
Well, that concludes another great day of racing here at Brands Hatch. Our first race from the SU Carburettors Euro Mini Challenge, and then, of course, that fantastic race for the Mini All-Comers. And congratulations to Swift Tune Engineering, celebrating their 50th anniversary.